Hi, this is Natasha Lair Lewis with Big Rock Organics, and welcome to week 15 of the CSA. It is so hard to believe that we are here at week 15 already out of 16, but as usual, we have decided to extend and offer a week 17 and 18 because the garden has just not stopped. So let's take you on a tour of what we have in our bountiful box this week and give you some ideas. So we are enjoying all those different flavor collisions, and we've got fall, summer, spring, all the different flavors here. So let's go for a tour. Of course, we've got that zucchini and patty pan. I will say they are slowing down. Some things are getting a little bit smaller and not quite as abundant, but we'll continue to try to get them as long as we possibly can. So enjoy them. Sometimes I feel like towards the end of the season, when things slow down, we really start to miss the staples like zucchini, which you just have so much of. So be sure that you're getting zucchini into many things. Now that the weather's cooling down a little bit, you can always shred it and freeze it, and you'll be a lot more apt to be excited about turning on the oven and baking with some fall temperatures coming your way. So lots of great zucchini. I also added zucchini to my salsa verde, tomato sauce, so good. We've got some Boc Choi. This is great added to a stir fry. Stir fry is one of my favorite ways to kind of use up my CSA box. If I'm getting towards the end of the week, waiting for that new CSA box to come, I just stir fry everything and add that at the very last bit. Also, ramen bowls are delicious and nutritious and wonderful, and you want to cook this, white portion a little bit more, the leaves a little bit less, even just adding at the very end of a saute or something like that, because then it'll just wilt just a little bit, just perfectly. And that's our full-size Boc Choi. Lots of peppers. They're starting to ripen now. So this is an Anaheim that's ripened. Things tend to get a little bit sweeter as they ripen. Even the banana peppers ripen as well. We put some banana peppers on pizza the other day. That was great. You can also pickle banana peppers. If anyone's interested in getting some bulk peppers, we do have lots and lots of peppers. So we're starting to get those nice colors as the temperatures are getting into the cooler temperatures at night. Really starts to turn those from that green into their different colors like red, or even some of them we have that are yellow and orange. So delicious, all kinds of great things. If you are feeling overwhelmed by peppers, just chop them, freeze them in a bag. You'll be so happy that you have those peppers come wintertime. You can also make a very easy stuffed pepper soup, which is like a deconstructed stuffed pepper, which is delicious. You can roast the red bell peppers and just, till their skins char a little bit, and then brush off that skin, and you have wonderful roasted red bell pepper. You can also roast, any of these guys too. And, one of my dad's favorite things growing up in Colorado and visiting New Mexico often was getting the hatch chilies that were roasted at little side of the road stands, and they would roast them, put them in a brown paper bag, and then you would just slip off the skin that gets charred and have that delicious pepper that you can chop and add to all kinds of things. So anything can be roasted, and that's not hard to do. You can do it on your stove, you can do it on the grill. Roast them, get the char on the skin, and then that skin just kind of with a paper towel peels off. All right, we've got this week a new lettuce crop. We're very excited. Some loose leaf lettuce. I've got some romaine. I've got some, I think this is prize head. We've got some ruby, which is the curly red that's got a little more texture to it, and 4 or so different kinds of lettuce in here. We've got a little bit of arugula, and some kale, that purple kale in here too. So this one is a nice mix, and always, wash your greens, or at the very minimum, put a paper towel inside the bag to absorb the extra moisture. So we try to get these greens washed picked in the morning. So sometimes there's a little extra moisture on there, and just putting a paper towel in the bag is going to help so much to keep those greens fresh. But even better is washing them storing them in a salad spinner. They'll store really nice. I pre-make salads, so I do my greens, I do any of the ingredients here that are not wet. So no tomatoes, but peppers, even zucchini is delicious in a salad, you know, any root vegetables, anything like that. And I add all of that, and then at the last minute when you're gonna eat it, and you can make several up in dishes for the week, then at the last minute you add in your wet ingredients or cheese or meat or anything like that that you might want to add. And that is one way that I've survived busy days and hectic lunches, and that is just so convenient, because while you're chopping things, you might as well just chop a lot. And sometimes all my chopping will give me stuff for stir fries or curries or, you know, other things, omelets, egg bakes, quiches throughout the week, where I can use all these different things. So spend a little time chopping, it'll save you a lot of time in the end. We've got some onions. Trying this year to make sure you got onions every week of some form or another. So always helpful, always useful. The last of the soy long cucumbers. Now they are a little bit funky. They might have some weird little, you know, skin stuff, because they are the last of the cucumber. So if you have a weird shaped cucumber, funky shaped cucumber, just peel it. And, you know, just sometimes the beauty goes more than skin deep, right? So just peel it if it looks funky, but enjoy. It's the last cucumbers of the season. We've got shishito peppers this week, and these guys, of course, so delicious, you know, fire roasted on the grill. So shishito peppers, we tried to put them separate from the hot peppers, so they should be safely tucked away from your hot peppers. The little tomatoes, of course, so beautiful and delicious, and they are slowing down a little bit, but I just love those little ones. I know I'm gonna miss them come winter time, even as overwhelming as they can be. Tomatillos, we've got tomatillos, we've got some hot chilies. Now I will say, these little guys that are kind of wrinkly, crinkly, are habaneros, so be careful. Use gloves when dealing with these. The long ones are serranos. We've got different colored cayennes. We've got jalapenos, so all kinds of hot peppers. We got potatoes again this week. I am hoping that we can get our blue potatoes dug, and we're working on some sweet potatoes. So far, the sweet potatoes are not yielding as much as we'd like, but we hope to debut those sweet potatoes next week. And we've got some mint. Now this is a new crop of mint. It's just beautiful, lush, gorgeous. Both types of mint. The chocolate mint is the darker mint, and the lighter mint is just a regular traditional Mojito mint. And it smells so good. So if you're getting a cold morning, this week, in the coming weeks, you can make a little fresh mint tea. Put some local honey in there. It smells so delicious. Mint is also so complementary to other flavors, and really kind of getting a hankering for like a tabbouleh or something like that. We've also got the celery this week. There's lots of good leaves on the celery, so chop those leaves up, use everything. So I'll even freeze the celery and add it to soups. This is a good, soup celery, something that's going to add some flavor, really, really good deep celery flavor to anything that you're cooking. So if you have a lot of leaves, you can dry them, or you can just put all your chopped stuff in the freezer. Sometimes I'll even add like my peppers and my onions and my celery, chop it up, especially if you're chopping a little extra. If you have extra you're not going to use, just throw it in a bag. You can add it to soup or saute or something later on. Our big tomatoes, we've got some of the really big ones that are coming in, so hopefully you get a few in the next couple of weeks of these big guys, and some good old sandwiches. Oh gosh, I remember growing up having a tomato grilled cheese. Oh, that's always a good flavor, reminiscent flavor. So those are some good sandwich sized tomatoes. We've got a little wee baby head of cabbage. These are a new cabbage crop. I believe it's a Savoy cabbage, a little more textured cabbage, but a new fresh cabbage coming on board. and then a couple more winter squashes. So we actually have so many winter squashes to share with you. So next week there'll be 2 different kinds as well. But this one is a really new to us. One that I'm very excited about, called Honeynut, like the Cheerios, and it is a tiny mini butternut, and it's so cute and convenient. It's very sweet, very delicious, and of course with any of this I just stab them a couple times, bake them in the oven, though I did microwave mine. I microwaved it on high for 5 minutes, and then I flipped it over just to the other side and did 5 minutes on the other side. It was really delicious. But yeah, I bake it or microwave it or whatnot. You can also peel it and then chop it and add it to different things as well. But so good, and I love the individual size of these. So sometimes just baking a whole squash is a lot, and these are so cute and so small. So let us know what you think of them. And then we got spaghetti squash. So spaghetti squash is so fun. The texture inside is like spaghetti. I bake it whole and then open it up, scoop out the seeds, and then you just fork out the spaghetti. You can even use these shells and just fork out the spaghetti within it, kind of like a twice baked potato, and then add, all kinds of different seasonings, butters, cheese, garlic, etc., and then serve it in the shells. But it's kind of fun, and it's a great alternative, to pasta, and it just has a little different flavor, texture profile. So spaghetti squash is fun. Spaghetti squash is one of the squashes that doesn't last as long as some of the other ones. So, use the spaghetti squash within the next month or so. It's not going to be a long-term storage. Like some of the ones that will last 6 months or so. This one is going to be one that you want to use up a little bit quicker. So what a bounty, what a beautiful crop. We have dill coming next week. We have, oh gosh, what are some other things? I'll probably be pulling the rest of the red cabbage, trying to just, wrap up some of the different crops in the garden, and bless you guys with the bounty of it. So if you have not yet signed up for week 17 and 18 and you'd like to, send me a message. But this is what we're enjoying these days. So many colors, so many great flavors. I hope this is inspiring your fall menu for the week. Thanks so much for joining me, Natasha Lara Lewis, with week 15 of the CSA.